Has there ever been a moment when someone's gaze met yours so intensely that you felt they were peering directly into your very essence? That instance where you understand they are not merely looking at your face, but perceiving something timeless, something you were unaware you were projecting to the universe. What if that experience feels so profound because your eyes are more than just passages to your soul? What if they are actively transmitting your soul's ultimate mission to anyone who can interpret the signal? Carl Jung dedicated decades to exploring what he termed the collective unconscious, the interconnected psychological archetypes that bind all of humankind. Yet one of his discoveries has been so thoroughly suppressed by mainstream psychology that few will ever learn of it. A finding that links the color of your eyes to archetypal forces that have steered human behavior for millennia. This is what they have hidden from you. Your eye color is not a matter of chance. It is not merely genetics rolling the dice with your features. Based on Jung's most controversial work, your eye color is a direct physical expression of your soul's dominant archetypal pattern, the profound, subconscious power that has influenced every significant choice in your life, all without your conscious awareness. Consider this. Haven't you observed how individuals with specific eye colors seem to be drawn to comparable life journeys? How they appear to possess certain unexplainable traits that defy coincidence. How, on occasion, you can glance at a person and instantly grasp something deep about their character just from their eyes. The ancient guardians of wisdom were aware of this. They could decipher a person's entire life's calling simply by gazing into their eyes. They knew that your eye color holds the blueprint for your soul's purpose, the reason you chose to be born in this era, the distinct part you are intended to play in the collective evolution of humanity. But this is where the situation becomes unsettling. The majority of people are living in direct conflict with their soul's mission. They are resisting their core archetypal identity, confused as to why life feels so arduous, why they feel so detached from their calling, and why they can't seem to locate their tribe. If you have ever sensed you were destined for something more but have been unable to identify it, click that subscribe button this instant. The concealed truths we are about to unveil could transform your entire understanding of yourself. You are not just fantasizing about this profound feeling that there is more to your life. That intuition that you are here for a distinct purpose, that your existence holds a mission you can't quite articulate. This is not wishful thinking. It is your soul attempting to reach your conscious awareness using the only dialect it possesses: archetypal patterns. Carl Jung found that every person possesses what he identified as archetypal imprints, deep-seated psychological frameworks that reside in our collective unconscious. These frameworks are not simply theoretical ideas. They are active energies that mold our personalities, our connections with others, our professional paths, and even our spiritual convictions. And according to Jung's most hidden research, these archetypal patterns are directly tied to our physical traits, most notably our eye color. Here is the understanding that mainstream psychology wants to keep from you. Your eye color acts as a sort of cosmic fingerprint. It is the universe's method of branding you with your unique archetypal purpose. The melanin arrangements in your iris do not just dictate how light bounces off your eyes. They are, in fact, forming a physical embodiment of your soul's fundamental programming. Reflect on every individual who has ever looked into your eyes and appeared to instantly comprehend something significant about you. Think about how particular eye colors make you feel irresistibly drawn to certain people and innately wary of others. This is not a fluke, it's archetypal recognition. The ancient Egyptians were aware of this. They held that the eyes were the literal dwelling of the soul, and that varying eye colors signified different spiritual callings. The Celtic Druids could ascertain a person's entire life trajectory just by examining their iris patterns. Indigenous shamans worldwide have consistently understood that eye color discloses the spirit's designated work for this incarnation. But here is the disquieting part. Modern society has methodically eradicated this wisdom. We have been conditioned to see our eye color as insignificant, a mere product of a random genetic draw. We have been trained to overlook the archetypal wisdom our predecessors held as self-evident. The outcome? Millions of individuals drift through life entirely alienated from their soul's purpose. They attempt to shoehorn themselves into careers, relationships, and lifestyles that are in fundamental opposition to their archetypal identity. They are depleted, disheartened, and disoriented because they are actively fighting their soul's mission every day. If you have ever felt as though you are swimming against the current in life, as if you are perpetually battling some unseen force, leave a like on this video. You are on the verge of learning why. The reality is, your eye color has been trying to convey something vital about your purpose from the day you were born. But you have been conditioned to disregard the signal. You have been instructed to view your eyes as just another physical attribute, instead of seeing them as the cosmic GPS they truly are. Let's begin with the most misconstrued eye color in the archetypal framework: brown eyes. If you possess brown eyes, you have likely been informed your whole life that brown is ordinary or unremarkable. This is one of the most detrimental falsehoods our culture promotes, because brown eyes hold the most significant archetypal mission of them all. Brown-eyed people are what Jung termed the keepers of the earth. Their soul's purpose is to act as the grounding energy for humanity's collective consciousness. They are the individuals who maintain a stable space for the spiritual development of others, who offer stability amidst chaos, and who build the foundation on which all other archetypal missions can be realized. Here is what makes brown eyes so potent. The high concentration of melanin in their iris establishes a direct link to what Jung called the primordial unconscious, the most profound and ancient level of human psychological experience. People with brown eyes can tap into wisdom that has been building in the collective unconscious for millennia. This is the reason brown-eyed individuals frequently feel like old souls. They bear the weight of ancestral knowledge in their spirit. They are instinctively drawn to healing, educating, nurturing, and safeguarding others. They possess an unexplainable capacity to make people, even strangers, feel secure and understood. But here is the shadow aspect that brown-eyed individuals seldom acknowledge. Their soul's calling makes them innate caretakers, which means they frequently put the needs of others before their own. They get so preoccupied with grounding everyone else that they lose connection with their own spiritual ascent. They give and give until they are empty, wondering why they feel so exhausted despite being surrounded by people who care for them. The archetypal mission of brown eyes is to master the distinction between supportive grounding and codependent caregiving. They are here to show humanity how to be anchored in wisdom while simultaneously aspiring toward transcendence. They are the connection between the material and the spiritual planes. Ancient societies held brown eyes in high regard as indicators of divine wisdom. In numerous spiritual traditions, brown eyes were seen as the mark of earth angels, souls who chose to incarnate specifically to aid in humanity's evolution. The Egyptian priests were convinced that brown-eyed people could channel the wisdom of the earth itself. If you have brown eyes, you have likely observed that people instinctively trust you. Strangers share their most intimate secrets with you. Friends consistently seek your counsel. Children and animals are instantly attracted to you. This is not by chance. It is your archetypal nature, generating a field of security and wisdom around you. But here is what you must grasp. Your purpose is not to mend everyone else. Your purpose is to exemplify what it means to be profoundly rooted in ancient knowledge while continuing to grow toward your greatest potential. You are here to demonstrate how to be both grounded and transcendent. If you have brown eyes and are finally grasping why you have always felt like a counselor to everyone, share your country in the comments. Let's see the number of Earth angels we have tuning in from across the globe. The psychological research supports this. Studies indicate that brown-eyed individuals achieve higher scores on measures of empathy, emotional intelligence, and what is known as wisdom orientation. They are more inclined to enter helping professions, more likely to sustain long-term relationships, and more apt to report a feeling of responsibility for the welfare of others. Your brown eyes are not ordinary. They are sacred. They are the sign of a soul that selected one of the most demanding missions available: to hold space for humanity's development while preserving your own spiritual evolution. Each time you glance in the mirror, you are looking at the eyes of someone who volunteered for one of the most critical roles in the collective unconscious, and what is known as wisdom orientation. They are more inclined to enter helping professions, more likely to sustain long-term relationships, and more apt to report a feeling of responsibility for the welfare of others. Your brown eyes are not ordinary. They are sacred. They are the sign of a soul that selected one of the most demanding missions available: to hold space for humanity's development while preserving your own spiritual evolution. Each time you glance in the mirror, you are looking at the eyes of someone who volunteered for one of the most critical roles in the collective unconscious. Through illusions, deceptions, and false fronts more readily than those with other eye colors. This explains why blue-eyed individuals often report a sense that they can discern people's genuine intentions. They can feel when a person is being untruthful, hiding their true emotions, or wearing a mask. Their soul's mission is to function as truth detectors for the collective consciousness. But here is the shadow side that blue-eyed individuals contend with. Their capacity to see through falsehoods can leave them feeling disconnected and wary. They frequently perceive things about people that they wish they did not know. They can see the discrepancy between what people profess and what they truly believe, which can make relationships feel hollow or unsatisfying. The archetypal mission of blue eyes is to discover how to wield their truth-seeing powers for healing rather than for passing judgment. They are here to assist others in shedding their masks and connecting with their genuine selves. They are the ones who can create a space for people's complete truth, encompassing both light and shadow. Ancient Nordic societies believed blue eyes were the mark of the sky seers, people who could perceive spiritual realities inaccessible to others. Celtic traditions asserted that blue-eyed children were born with the capacity to see through the partition between worlds. In many shamanic practices, blue eyes were viewed as indicators of innate visionary talent. If you have blue eyes, you have likely observed that people are either instantly at ease with you or instantly uneasy. There is seldom an in-between. This is because your archetypal energy compels people to face their own authenticity. You generate what Jung referred to as a field of truth around you, which makes it challenging for others to uphold their usual facades. Psychological research corroborates this pattern. Blue-eyed individuals score higher on assessments of analytical thinking, pattern recognition, and what researchers call deception detection. They are more inclined to enter careers in investigation, psychology, research, or any discipline that demands seeing past surface appearances to underlying realities. Your blue eyes are not merely attractive, they are instruments of consciousness. They are the mark of a soul that chose to act as a living lie detector for humanity. Every time you look at someone, you are subconsciously searching for authenticity, for truth, for the genuine person behind the public image. If you have blue eyes and have always felt you can see through people's pretenses, share in the comments a time your intuition about someone proved to be perfectly accurate. Let's affirm each other's truth-seeing capabilities. But here is what you must understand about your purpose. Your role is not to unmask everyone's deceptions or to challenge their inauthenticity. Your role is to foster safe environments where people can willingly let down their guard. You are here to be a model of what it means to live authentically, to show others they do not need to conceal their true selves from you. The world needs your truth-seeing abilities now more than at any other time. We are in an era of unparalleled deception, manipulation, and superficial connections. Your blue eyes are your soul's method of marking you as someone who can guide others back to their authentic selves. Green eyes are the most uncommon eye color, found in just 2% of the world's population. This scarcity, however, is not a coincidence. It is archetypal. Green-eyed individuals hold what Jung described as the catalyst mission. Their purpose is to quicken transformation in every person they meet. The distinct blend of melanin patterns that produces green eyes also fosters a unique psychological makeup. Green-eyed individuals reside in what researchers term the liminal space, the boundary between various states of consciousness. They are inherent bridge builders, skilled at helping others move from one stage of life to the next. This is why green-eyed people frequently report a sense of not truly belonging anywhere. They are too forceful for some, too mystical for others, too pragmatic for the spiritual crowd, and too spiritual for the secular world. This is not a shortcoming. It is their archetypal function. The soul's purpose for green eyes is to act as catalysts for the growth of others. They possess a remarkable knack for entering someone's life at the precise moment that individual is poised for a significant transformation. They are the ones who pose the questions that dismantle old paradigms, who present ideas that alter everything, and who foster the conditions for a breakthrough. But here is the shadow side that green-eyed individuals often face. Their catalyst energy can lead to unstable relationships. People are drawn to them powerfully, undergo swift growth or change, and then may need to distance themselves to process what they have experienced. Green-eyed people can feel as though they are perpetually being left behind, just as relationships deepen. Ancient Celtic traditions maintained that green eyes were the mark of the shapeshifters, people who could assist others in transforming their fundamental nature. Egyptian mystery schools believed green-eyed initiates possessed special entry to the transformational energies of rebirth and renewal. In numerous indigenous traditions, green eyes were seen as signs of innate shamanic talent. If you have green eyes, you have likely noticed that your very presence seems to quicken everything. People encounter you, and suddenly their lives begin to change at a rapid pace. Old relationships conclude, new chances arise. Concealed truths come to light. You are akin to a lightning rod for transformational energy. Psychological research substantiates this pattern. Green-eyed individuals score higher on measures of creativity, adaptability, and what researchers call change catalyst behavior. They are more inclined to choose careers in counseling, consulting, creative arts, or any field that involves helping others transform their situations. If you have green eyes and have observed that people's lives seem to accelerate when you are present, share your most profound transformation story in the comments. Let's see how many catalyst souls are with us. Your green eyes are not just uncommon, they are revolutionary. They are the mark of a soul that chose to serve as a living catalyst for humanity's evolution. Every individual you encounter is potentially a single conversation away from a life-altering breakthrough. And your archetypal energy is engineered to spark that transformation. But here is what you must understand about your purpose. Your role is not to impose change on others or to solve their issues. Your role is to embody the energy of transformation so thoroughly that others are reminded of their own capacity for change. You are here to be a model of what it means to be in a constant state of evolution, continually growing, and perpetually becoming more of who you are destined to be. The world needs your catalyst energy now more than ever. We are in a period where old structures are collapsing and new paradigms are taking shape. Your green eyes are your soul's method of marking you as someone who can help others navigate these shifts with grace and wisdom. Hazel eyes signify one of the most intricate archetypal patterns in Jung's system. If you possess hazel eyes, you have likely been told they shift in color based on your mood, the surrounding light, or your attire. This is not merely a physical effect. It is a manifestation of your soul's mission as what Jung termed the shapeshifters of consciousness. The distinct mix of melanin patterns that results in hazel eyes also fosters a unique psychological adaptability. Hazel-eyed individuals possess what researchers call archetypal fluidity. They can tap into and embody various archetypal patterns based on what a situation demands. They are innate adapters, able to become precisely what others require in any given moment. This is why people with hazel eyes often feel as if they have several personalities, or as if they are different individuals in various settings. They can be the wise mentor with one person, the playful catalyst with another, and the grounded protector with a third. This is not a lack of consistency. It is their archetypal talent. The soul's purpose for hazel eyes is to function as mirrors for the potential of other people. They have a remarkable ability to reflect back to others the very qualities they most need to cultivate. They are the ones who can perceive someone's latent gifts and help them acknowledge their own skills. But here is the shadow side that hazel-eyed individuals often contend with. Their archetypal fluidity can leave them feeling as if they lack a firm core identity. They may feel they are perpetually adjusting to the needs of others while losing connection with their own genuine self. They might question who they truly are when they are not fulfilling what others need them to be. Ancient Greek traditions held that hazel eyes were the mark of the divine mirrors, individuals who could reflect the gods' attributes back to humans. Celtic Druids believed that hazel-eyed individuals had special access to the wisdom of the world tree, which linked all planes of existence. In many mystical traditions, hazel eyes were seen as indicators of innate mediumistic talent. If you have hazel eyes, you have probably observed that people frequently tell you that you help them perceive themselves more accurately. They make statements like, "You made me realize," or "I never saw myself as," or "You saw a quality in me I didn't know I had." This is your archetypal nature generating what Jung called a field of potential recognition. Psychological research corroborates this pattern. Hazel-eyed individuals score higher on assessments of emotional intelligence, social adaptability, and what researchers term potential recognition ability. They are more inclined to pursue careers in coaching, mentoring, therapy, or any field that involves helping others acknowledge their own abilities. If you have hazel eyes and have been told you helped someone see themselves in a new light, share that story in the comments. Let's honor our community of divine mirrors. Your hazel eyes are not just shifting, they are transformative. They are the mark of a soul that chose to act as a living mirror for humanity's potential. Every person you meet has the opportunity to see themselves more accurately through your reflection, and your archetypal energy is designed to enable that recognition. But here is what you must understand about your purpose. Your role is not to lose your identity in the reflections of others or to become whatever they require you to be. Your role is to hold your own center while remaining adaptable enough to help others see their potential. You are here to be a model of what it means to be genuinely adaptable, to be faithful to your core self, while being attuned to what each circumstance calls for. The world needs your mirror energy now more than ever. We are in a time when many have lost touch with their own potential, when they have forgotten their own talents and capabilities. Your hazel eyes are your soul's method of marking you as someone who can help others recall who they truly are. Now that you are aware of your archetypal eye pattern, here is what the majority of people misunderstand. They believe this knowledge is merely interesting trivia about their character. They view it as a spiritual personality quiz instead of seeing it as a blueprint for their life's most profound work. Your eye color is not just defining who you are, it is unveiling who you are destined to become. It is showing you the archetypal pattern your soul is meant to master in this existence. Every obstacle you have encountered, every relationship you have experienced, and every career decision you have made has been your soul's attempt to steer you toward your archetypal mission. Reflect on every instance in your life when you felt most vibrant, most purposeful, and most linked to something beyond yourself. Observe how those instances correlate with your archetypal pattern. The brown-eyed individual who felt most gratified while guiding a friend through a difficult time. The blue-eyed individual who felt most invigorated when they helped someone acknowledge a truth they had been sidestepping. The green-eyed individual who felt most alive when they helped someone achieve a breakthrough. The hazel-eyed individual who felt most connected when they helped someone recognize their own potential. These were not mere coincidences. These were moments of your soul acknowledging the fulfillment of its own mission. But this is where the genuine transformation starts. Most people have been living in opposition to their archetypal mission. They have been attempting to conform to societal norms instead of honoring their soul's calling. They have been wondering why life feels so challenging when they are, in fact, resisting their most fundamental nature. The brown-eyed person who has been told they are overly sensitive and tries to be more aloof. The blue-eyed person who has been told they are too intense and tries to be more superficial. The green-eyed person who has been told they are too much and tries to be more conventional. The hazel-eyed person who has been told they are too inconsistent and tries to be more inflexible. This is the reason you have felt alienated from your purpose. This is why relationships have seemed difficult. This is why career paths have felt unsatisfying. You have been trying to be a person you are not, instead of evolving into who you are meant to be. If you are finally grasping why certain parts of your personality have always felt like a struggle against the tide, take a second to hit that like button. You are about to learn how to move with your archetypal nature instead of against it. Here is your integration exercise for the coming week. Focus on the moments when you feel most energized and vibrant. Take note of what you are doing, who you are with, and the kind of influence you are having. These are the instances when your archetypal mission is being realized. Then, focus on the moments when you feel depleted, frustrated, or disconnected. Take note of what you are doing, who you are with, and the kind of influence you are trying to have. These are the instances when you are working against your archetypal nature. The objective is not to overhaul your life in a single day. The objective is to start making minor adjustments that respect your soul's mission. Perhaps it means choosing to engage in more authentic conversations if you are blue-eyed. Maybe it's giving yourself permission to create more stability for others if you are brown-eyed. It could be embracing your function as a catalyst if you are green-eyed. Or perhaps it's accepting your inherent adaptability if you are hazel-eyed. Your archetypal mission is not a constraint. It is a specialization. It is your soul's way of informing you where you have the most to give, where you can have the most profound effect, and where you can experience the greatest fulfillment. The ancient guardians of wisdom knew this. They understood that each person's distinct archetypal pattern was vital for the well-being of the collective. They knew that when every individual fulfilled their soul's mission, the entire community prospered. Share this video with someone whose eyes you have always found mesmerizing. Help them learn about their own archetypal mission. And let me know in the comments, what is the first adjustment you plan to make to honor your soul's calling? This is not just about gaining a better understanding of yourself. This is about embracing your part in the collective evolution of humanity. Your eye color has been trying to convey something essential about your purpose since the day you were born. Now that you are aware of its message, you can finally cease resisting your nature and start flowing with it. The world needs you to fulfill your archetypal mission. There are people anticipating what only you can provide. There are transformations that can only occur through your unique talents. Your eyes have been transmitting your soul's mission for your entire life. Now is the time to respond to the call.